What is up, guys? Welcome to my review for Supergirl Season 3, Episode 18, titled Shelter from the Storm. And this episode is definitely a lot better than the last two episodes, which I gave both last two episodes 6 out of 10. Not 6 out of 10, like around 6 out of 10. So definitely not good episodes, but this episode was definitely better. It had a really good start with Legion saying they're going to leave to the future, and I don't like the fact that they're leaving. It makes sense in the story, but I don't like the fact that they're leaving. Hopefully they come back, and I think they will come back. Maybe they'll get their own spin-off show, which I think is actually possible. I actually think it's possible with starring all these actors, because like the storylines of Supergirl and the Legion separated, and there were more Legionnaires. It was confirmed there's a Chameleon, or Chameleon Boy, he's called in the comics. He's called Chameleon sometimes too, but he was confirmed, and they confirmed earlier that Lightning Lass is around, and there are 6 unidentified Legionnaires. Probably some of them are like Cosmic Boy, Lightning Lad, and other characters. So this could become its own spin-off show. So if it does, I like the fact that they went back to the future. If it isn't, then I don't like the fact that they went back to the future, unless if they're coming back just because they're like probably the most interesting part of the show in general at this point. So I wanted them to be on the show more, but at least Mon-El is staying, which is definitely a plus because he is also pretty awesome. And then there's this one scene in this episode between Brainiac 5 and Winn, which was hilarious. Just their goodbye, their interaction was great, which is something I wanted to see more of, but it looks like we're probably never going to get that for a while, until maybe like a season finale if they come back, which I think they will. But so the whole storyline of them leaving into the future was actually not bad in this episode, and I like the conclusion of that, which was Mon-El staying in the present. So a storyline that continued in this episode was the argument between Lena and Kara, which I did not like in the last episode, just because Kara's argument made no sense, and I didn't really say why it made no sense. I mean, I think I did a little, but the reason it made no sense was completely laid out in this episode by Lena saying that Kara has sort of a god complex because she doesn't want the one thing that could kill her to be a thing, and that's definitely 100% true. So it's not a compelling argument for Kara, who is the main character, who should usually have the correct argument, and they're portraying her as having the correct argument in the show, but she doesn't. Lena is completely right. Kara has kind of a god complex, which is what I was thinking. Like, she wants to be completely invulnerable to everything, and even though they do reconcile at the end, or at least Kara does, Lena doesn't, and she's kind of in the right at this point. I think this whole argument should not really exist. It doesn't make any sense. It feels really manufactured, and it feels really manufactured to make Lena a villain, which it seems like it's doing, but that even if it is, that doesn't make sense, because she's still doing the right thing, and she's completely right in this argument. So I don't like this storyline just because it's really manufactured, it doesn't make any sense, and Lena is completely right. The whole storyline with Rain in this episode was pretty good. I don't really have much to add to that. It was pretty good. There were some moments that were great in them. Like, there were some aspects of the storyline that were actually really great, like the Patricia Arias death scene. I thought that was really done well. It was like the first sad death scene in the entire show. I can't remember any other actual sad death scenes. Like, every single other death on the show so far has been a villain, as far as I remember, and like Krypton itself. So that I don't remember any other deaths in this show. So this is the first one, and as they handled that, even though she's just a recurring character, she's like her second appearance ever, they did handle it really well, and that was like an aspect of the storyline that I did like. And another thing is the fight scene between Supergirl, Mon-El, and Rain. I thought that fight scene was actually really great. It did kind of make, like, it actually felt like a kind of like either a penultimate episode or a season finale, because they defeated Rain at the end using some unique way, which was, first of all, her morals against her, and then using that kryptonite machine gun, which I thought was really cool. Kryptonite machine gun. That is really cool. I don't know how that didn't kill Rain. I mean, they're basically just normal bullets to a normal person at that point, and she was shot by so many bullets. So I don't know how that didn't kill her, but it did feel like kind of a season, or at least penultimate episode finale. So, in conclusion, this episode was definitely better than the last two episodes that preceded it, but that's just because it had more interesting things going about it. There was still the Lena Kara argument thing, which wasn't as bad in this episode because Lena's arguments were really, really great, and she was, even though I said that Kara was portrayed as in the right in this episode, and it was a lot less than it was in the last episode, so it was done a lot better. Also, the fact that Kara agreed with her at the end was also pretty cool. I didn't like the argument in general. It didn't really make any sense if it felt manufactured. And then there was the Patricia Arias death, which was pretty great. The Legion storyline was good at the same time. Like I said, it might be, I don't really like the fact that they're leaving, but I might. Who knows? And the Supergirl and Manel versus fight scene now is pretty cool. So I'll give this episode a 8.9 out of 10. But let me know what you thought about the episode in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Twitter. And thanks for watching.